Welcome everyone. It's Trey coming to you live from the Harmonic Trading Club. Of course, everybody's interested in today's upcoming news, and that happens to be Bitcoin pushing so close, ever so close to 100K. So what I'm going to do, since we are very close, extremely close, I'm going to talk about exactly how it's going to get there, how it's going to, because that's going to be, basically historical, almost monumental. 100K, people have been talking about this for a long time. I mean, maybe even over the last 5 to 7 years, but I want to be the one to come and say how we're going to get there. So we see that the high was 99,080 cents. So pretty much pushing it, but unfortunately, still got a ways to go. That's 99,000 sounds close, but that extra thousand, it's going to give it a little bit of a headache. Not too much that it can't overcome, with the $100,000 mark being right here. I'm going to put a line on it. The $100,000 mark being basically, that's I want to get that right on the money. And then, like I said, it's just going to be a real quick, very easy technical breakdown on how we get to the magic number. Okay, how we get there. All right, so we're going to be here literally for like 5 minutes. But I just thought it was something that, it'd be a good time to just really come out and talk about this and capture it. So this allows you to see that we're really pretty much there. You had 99,000, you needed basically another $1,000. And this is how it's going to happen. It's actually going to exceed that, and it could likely be today. The first thing we'll do is talk about the last run when that high was created, when that high close was created at 98,420. But we're more focused on the actual high of the 99. Okay, so what needs to happen, of course, Bitcoin was pretty much overbought at the time, and as you see, a little bit of corrective action happening, just a little bit. You see a couple of bear candles coming in here. We don't know what's going to happen with those, but I can tell you that you did see some, like, it's a little bit, it's like maybe 30%. You did see about 30% here. Typically you want to see about 60 to 61%, something down to what you would call the 618 golden ratio. Now I know that might scare some people and have them thinking that, oh man, see, it's going to be hard because it wants to come down and test this what you would call support here, and that's possible. I'm not going to act like it's not possible that you couldn't come back down here one more time, because this is showing you that this is actually a stronger level of support here. But it also, that type of correction, if that happens, and it's very likely, falls into the area of support here. So these, just because it broke and closed above these, it's showing you where the actual true support that sprang the move. So this is the support that sprang the move, which is, you see the red candle here, come wick and touch it, come wick and touch it, get rejected and come take off, right? So this is actually the area, not this area here. So people might want to, let's say traders might want to try to get greedy and come in here. If you do, you'll probably get hurt, because that correction is probably going to come down here. Right now, if we were to say, okay, then you said about 61% maybe, right? You typically, that's what you would get on a correction or a retracement, or what a lot of people like to call a pullback, buying a pullback. So starting from this low and then coming up to the high, the 99,000, if you notice, it stopped right where I had it right here, right? So 96,954, okay? 96,954. I want to do something real quick. We're almost done with the video, guys, so stay put, hang tight. Why don't we just switch up just for the sake of this? We'll just do that just for the sake of the video. The goal was just too light. I'd rather you guys see that. So looking for a correction at least 61.8%, which actually brings it right back down exactly where it needs to be, right? You see the 61 coming across right here, and it's actually where the real support is. So if this thing doesn't just get too happy Here's the actual zone in which it's going to happen, right? This is the zone right here. This is basically the springboard. This is the price that's going to springboard it to up here to 100,000 even. And there's two other reasons that go along with that. I'm gonna pull him back first of all, right? Take our little guys off. We did the explanation on those. I don't need to pull back. But the first thing to consider is the extension of that move. Okay, so I have a line in there. You guys probably can't really see that well, but the extension of this low to this high. So if I run the Fibonacci extension tool across that low and that high, it's probably in about somewhere between the 127 extension and 1414 extension. My question mark is right in the middle of it. Okay, and that's taking you right in the middle of this zone. So here in between the two, the 1414 and the 127 extension, that's where he's going to stop at. And now the thing about it is I don't know what's going to happen after that, if this thing is just going to continue to completely just blow the top off of everything, or if there's going to be a correction again. I can tell you at $100,000 it's going to be a correction back towards, you know, these levels here, in which before anything can happen, price action has to close above those. So right here, right, price action has to close around here. So that, you know, that would probably have, once we get into the $100,000 zone, whenever it stops, it'll be extremely overbought at that point. But this will be the area that it will correct back to once it gets there. And then it's going to be so on and so forth. But I wanted to show you another part of this. Remember when I said that off this run here, then you'd probably get another run back down here into the 618, right? Somewhere in that area. Basically take this run and clone it, because the market continues to create. Look how he fits in there perfectly. The market continues to, why it's evident flowing and trending like this, it creates, that's hear me talk about this all the time if you watch my videos. And it's not that it's just one of my favorites, it's because you kind of have to. And it's the A to B is equal to CD pattern. A to B is equal to C, and D is going to be up here. And make no mistake about it, that's absolutely going to happen. A to B is equal to C and D. An equal measure move says to take A and B and clone them and put them on C, and then you get your target, which is right here, which happens to be right there. I can shrink that zone up. So look for price action to push up in between, before it even stops at the end of the move, 103,000, so 101,393, all the way up to 100,540 in there somewhere. That's where this whole thing ends, and then people can do what they will. They can say what they want after that. Okay, but pretty much that's what's happening. That's what Bitcoin enthusiasts and traders and things like that, that's what they can expect. So I just wanted to come drop in, tell you guys how it's going to go down. I'd be shocked if this didn't correct at all and if he just went and got it. But in typical fashion, we should get a correction on this. And then he'll correct back down, like I said, 96.9 area, and then he should after that he'll be off to the races. And this is gonna be today within the next 8 to 12 hours. Or including the correction. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'd say 8 to 12 hours, maybe even sooner. But either way it goes, I just wanted to come drop that on you. You know, just bring a little bit more, you know, excitement to the market, a little bit more value, and of course come teach structure analysis. In this case, featuring the A to B is equal to CD pattern. Until then, you guys be safe. Like, share, subscribe to the channel for more content like this. I'll see you guys on the next one.